everyone! It is I, your digital Lord and Savior, Sigtal Lord, here with another amazing week to wrap up the week that was week 2 of the GMA Community Cup with the Let's Talk About the League podcast, GMACC Edition. I am joined by my continual co-host for this lovely event, Great Beard of Odin. Odin, how you doing?
Oh, doing pretty fantastic. Today is a good day, ready to talk about the league.
Hype. I love it. And then we have the talented mid laner for 9 lives, Chaosix. Chaosix, how you doing, my dude?
I wouldn't go so far as talented, but I appreciate it.
All right, the half-baked potato that is the mid laner for 9 lives.
Thank you.
But, I mean, if you keep up some of the performance you had showed on that Viego, I think we're going to see a fully baked potato. And we'll talk about that more here soon. Well, folks, as we hop into this, taking care of a little house cleaning. For the Community Cup, we have partnered this time with a charity called Feeding America. With Feeding America, no one should go without a meal. Feeding America estimates that 42 million people in America face hunger each year due to the pandemic. We are working to stop that. So we're working with Team Feeding America. We've created this fundraiser, and we are trying to provide much needed meals to our neighbors all across America in the communities that we live in. Feeding America is a network of food banks, and we're asking you to join in our cause. GMA Gaming is asking players to donate to Feeding America in lieu of player sign-up fees, and every $1 donated helps provide at least 10 meals in our communities. We're going to be providing 10 meals every time we get a pentakill or an Elder Drake taken during the course of the Cup. So far, we're at 5, I believe. And I want to also hype. We're having a good contest, an all-fun contest in our Discord. Whoever has the most money donated with their name in the name of the donation gets to pick the next emote in the GMA Gaming Discord. And mine is going to be, if I win, is going to be We're Really Struggling from Pokemon Unite. And I've really enjoyed that game, and we've got some good play on there, so I hope you'll donate, put my name in there, that way we can get our We're Really Struggling emote. We are also $30 away from having our All-Star game, a best of 5, with 10 players voted on by the GMA community. We'd love to have that event. We have some fun events that people have earned, but we'll remind you about those at the end of the podcast. All right, Great Beard of Odin.
Yes.
We had a pretty intense week 2. We had a fair amount of substitutes. We still had for Blitzkrieg. We had Eliza Bear with Blitzkrieg. Who is now gone, and Smokey will be back for week 3. We had subs after a change in the top lane for 9 lives. And we also have a upcoming change that we'll talk about here later with 9 lives. We've also had a sub had to step in for Northern Storm. They will be picking up a sub support. Stay tuned, folks. We're going to go over all that here soon. But I want to talk about this week 2, set 1, Blitzkrieg versus Northern Storm. Let's start with you, Great Beard Odin. What were your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I guess it's not too much thoughts on the game. I think, Blitzkrieg put up another solid, dominating performance. They kept that strong momentum from week 1 going forward into week 2, and I still think they're looking pretty good. Going forward, it'll be interesting to see if they can keep that going, losing their sub, Elizabeth, who I think has been looking pretty solid for them, and see if Smokey can help keep them going forward.
Well, good feedback. Chaosix, your thoughts about set 1 of the night on week 2?
Yeah, Odin covered it pretty well. Just another very strong showing from Blitzkrieg. I think everyone kind of expected that, especially after they kind of smashed us week 1. I am also, curious to see how Smokey does slotting. I don't know how much practice they've been doing with the main squad over the last 2 weeks. So, you know, there might be a little gelling that needs to happen first. Maybe they'll drop a game. You never know. But if they play up to the level that Elizabeth has provided for the last 2 weeks, they'll be just fine.
Couldn't agree more. Elizabeth, you played so incredibly well. We're thankful for your time subbing. I don't think Blitzkrieg will be the same. You provided a great level of play. Thank you. Hopping into the second set, we had Team White Wolf versus Team Option 12. Tell me about that from your perspective, Odin.
Yeah, so I think both of the games we played, each game was kind of one-sided in either team's favor. I know that first game we kind of screwed up in our champ select here. We totally misplayed picking Karma. We recognized that pretty much midway through that game. Yep, this one's probably going to be over here. Let's just start resetting for game 2. And I think game 2 came out and had a dominating performance. And I think both teams showed that Kai'Sa's a strong pick, and no team probably should have it. So I think every team should be probably banning Kai'Sa. I think it's just a really strong pick in our leagues. Is that ability to have poke and be able to dive in. And I think that was the real game changer on both teams. Was that one champ pick with both ADCs looking pretty strong on it.
Well, so you saw the immediate repercussions of the pick ban, and my question would be was that something practiced? Was the Karma something practiced, or just feel right?
Godzilla just felt it. He's like, you know what, I want Karma, and you know it didn't pay off. We realized really quick we needed him on something with a little more damage and less supportive. So we corrected that right away. And you know, going into game 2, after coming out of draft, way looking at the team comps, we knew we won that game just in draft pick. So you know, we were pretty confident with our changes we made, and we kept our mood pretty elevated going into that second game, and you know, it was a pretty clear turnaround for us. You know, I think both teams showed good performances, and I think we were, in our perspective, we were able to bounce back from a tough loss in game 1 and come back really strong in that game 2.
Couldn't agree more. Chaosix, that was a pretty insightful feedback he gave. Do you have anything to add?
It certainly was. You know, one thing I was really happy to see you pull out Odin was the Yone into Wishbone's Vel'Koz. I feel like that's a really solid matchup.
Yeah,
you know, unfortunate that you lost because it looked like you were thrashing that lane. I thought for sure it would go in your favor.
It's almost like I've seen that matchup before going up against you or something.
Oh, what do you know?
Huh?
Yeah, didn't I smash you from that side? Anyways.
Yeah, it's not fun for Vel'Koz.
No, it's not. Anyways, yeah, both teams, you know, look great in their respective games. I expect them again to kind of continue their winning ways, depending.
Well, we've got something to look forward to there, and we can talk about that a little bit more here in a minute, folks. Trying not to get too spoilery. We walk a line here, talking about the past and the future at the same time. Consider me like a time lord, a time Sigtal lord, really. Well, let's talk about set 3, non-lives versus Phoenix. I think that this was probably my set of the night. I had the honor of casting this one, and it was a slobber knocker. What happened, Chaosix?
It was something, that's for sure. Not really sure how to describe, I guess, kind of went wrong. I guess the best way to put it is maybe just like a bunch of micro mistakes that kind of snowballed into, you know, losing the game really quickly. Phoenix just played really well. They were moving around the map a lot better than us. They were first to objectives. Their wards were great. I mean, it was just really hard to do anything, you know, with the pressure they were putting on.
Well, I can say that there were some highlight plays from both teams, and I feel like some changes in pick and ban in both games might have led to some success that the other team might not have accounted for. So let's get your input on this, Odin.
So I think, you know, part of the issue was, you know, Nine Lives was dealing with some changes around with their team. Not having to have Crab come fill in, you know, playing with the guy you're not used to playing around. And then they're going up against Phoenix, who is a team who's 5 players who are used to playing to each other. You know, that's Team Party Bus here. You know, they really showed that teamwork going right out the gates right away, and they're just more coordinated going in. And you know, I think that was the biggest difference. It's hard going into a team that has 5 players who are all that had that synergy. They're all on the same page, and you're trying to make the best of a bad situation here on the 9 Live side and try to get a team that's working together and all pulling their own weight here. And it's unfortunate, but I think 9 Lives are trying to make the best of the situation, best they could, and I think they're have a commendable effort, and hopefully with their new replacements going forward here, they can definitely pull together a cohesive team and hopefully do better next week.
I think they will. I think both teams in that set showed some moments of brilliance that I mentioned before. But I want to talk about one that was not particularly the best for our guests today. One thing we're trying to do is to highlight some of the work we're doing outside of Twitch. So I want to play a special clip, which is from our TikTok. We have a great social media team led by Peach from Phoenix, and the clip he selected, sadly, the last one he uploads for every team. He does a great job of fair representation. We're going to play that clip now. And it is the first blood in Game 2 that GMACC got killed by Alonzi Tardis in the mid lane. So we're not here to dunk on you, my dude. We're here to lift up our TikTok. We hope that you'll follow us on all of our social medias. Thank you to those that contribute to our social media posts. And thank you for Peach for running one tight ship. Now, to wrap out this week, we are going to talk about the standings. Looking at the screen, you will see in first place with 6 points, we have Blitzkrieg. Second place, tied with 4 points each, is Option 12 and White Wolf Gaming. In fourth, we have Phoenix with 3 points. And still waiting to get on the board is 9 Lives and Team Northern Storm. So, folks, things are still pretty contentious. No one is at any means out of the playoff picture yet, and I think this just goes to show that things are starting to heat up in our league, and we're going to turn the heat up here even more going into Week 3. So let's pull up the Week 3 schedule for you. You can check out our schedule anytime by joining our Discord. Click the doodly-doo down below to get access to that. You'll see that Set 1 is 9 Lives versus Northern Storm. Set 2 is Phoenix versus White Wolf. And Set 3 is Blitzkrieg versus Option 12. Fun 3 sets of games coming into your eyeballs this Sunday, starting at 5:30 Central Standard Time. So let's hop into giving some predictions for these. Let's talk about Set 1. We have 9 Lives playing into Northern Storm. What do you think is going to happen, GMACC?
I've got Northern Storm 2-0. No, just kidding. I'll give us the 1-1, just because we got 2 new players we have to kind of start working with and figure out how we want to play the game. I know for certain we won't be perfectly gelled by then. But I believe in our team, and I think we can get a win out of this one, hopefully.
Yeah, I think you can. I think that you guys are going to come into this actually as the favored team with the changes. I think with picking up your team had the new changes come in, where you are having a new top laner and a new jungler. With that, in the top lane, we have Clag Strong, formerly Menards, a veteran of our league, and Foden, who performed incredibly well in the jungle. Foden in the top, Clag Strong in the jungle. These guys are strong players with LCUS history, so I think they're going to slot in pretty well. I think you guys didn't make changes in the bot lane, so it's only going to get a stronger relationship there. If you guys check out our Discord, we've got some op.gg links there. I think that with the right team comps, these could be upgrades. So I think that it's really y'all's games to lose. There's going to be a huge difference in Northern Storm. That's why I'm going to believe in the Hohen hype. We are having a sub in the bot lane for the rest of the split, and that is Van Hohenheim. He's played under a few names in our league, but he is quite the tenured player. He was a mid laner, but now playing support, he plays a very strong carry-centric support pool with things like Vigar. He's not scared to really pick up the kills. So I'm going to believe in the Hohen hype. I think that they're going to pick up one, but I definitely think this is 9Live's game to lose. I think that you guys actually have probably the more skilled roster after the shuffle. So I'm going to go 1-1, but that's me honestly giving more hype to Northern Storm than potentially they might need. So I don't know. Graybeard Odin, your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm also going with the 1-1. You know, I do think overall 9Lives after these changes they are going to be a stronger team. A lot of it I think is going to be coming because of the jungle change. In past splits, I think it's with Clagstrong. You know, he's been a dominant jungler, and if he plays at that same level we've seen him in previous splits, you know, I think Blitzkrieg's jungler, why am I blanking on his name? Lord of Admirals, right? He's got someone to watch out as a competition for best jungler this split. You know, if he plays at that level, and I think that's really gonna, you know, have a big impact as we've seen. You know, junglers have huge impacts on the game and can influence all the lanes. So I think that's what we really need to be watching on here for 9Lives now is how much of a jungle presence he's going to bring to this team and how much he can be able to unlock his lanes. But with that said, too, now we have Northern Storms with Van Hohenheim in the bot lane. And I'm hesitant to even call him a support based on his champ pool. He's going to carry. That's his mentality. He is there as a second carry in that bot lane. It's going to be a kill lane down there. So teams who are thinking they're going to come up against into a traditional bot lane matchup, you better watch out because he's going to catch you off guard with these heavy AP picks, and they're going to do a lot of work in that bot lane, I think.
Yeah, I think the thing that provides such value in that bot lane with Northern Storm is I don't know if there will be a CS missed. So let's keep our eyes on CS this set one, folks. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to watch. As interesting as watching CS can be. Now we hop into set two. We have Phoenix versus White Wolf. I am going with the 1-1. I think that these are some strong teams. I think this is probably our most stable matchup going into the night. Both teams playing with the same rosters, and we've seen nothing but growth out of Phoenix. And White Wolf has shown that they're more than capable. I think that they even would have won Game 2 of Week 2 if not for the double AD support pick. I understand that might be something they may have practiced, or it's maybe meta somewhere in the world that I'm not keeping up with. But they showed that they were even able to play from behind pretty well there in that game. So I'd like to see some success if we can see some more traditional picks. I think it's going to be a fun set to watch. Graybeard Odin, your thoughts?
I actually have Phoenix going 2-0 here. I think coming off the last week to that 2-0, they're riding high in that bus, and then, you know, I think they're going to keep going forward. Their rotations last week were looking clean, and they carried that into both games. I think they're just going to be coming out really strong and firing this coming weekend with that 2-0. But that said, White Wolf definitely could play, give that bus that flat tire, you know, and surprise them. You know, if Phoenix gives up that Kai'Sa to Ravane, I think they'll be in a tough spot.
What are your thoughts, Chaosix?
Yeah, I got them 1-1. I do think Phoenix is a very strong team, but you can't count out White Wolf Gaming's ability to be scrappy in those team fights. I feel like that's how they've gotten a lot of their wins. You know, it's kind of dirtying up the team fight, the Dignitas method, if you will. You know, but they kind of seem to thrive in that. And you know, they might not beat Phoenix to rotations, but I believe in their team fighting.
Should be a good match. Hope you folks will join us for set 2. Set 3, we have Blitzkrieg playing into Option 12. I feel that this set will probably be the set of the night. Option 12 has had the most unharnished. Oh, Justin. Sorry, folks. I'm eating ice cream at the same time, and it's creating some difficulties for me. I apologize for that. Option 12 has so much potential they haven't realized. I'm excited for them to potentially do that into Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg have everything on the line constantly. I feel like if Option 12 are able to play against the Blitzkrieg in a style that matches their own, and that's going to rely a lot on you, Odin. I feel like some global pressure in the bot lane could really change the pace of their games. Blitzkrieg's just able to play so safe; it doesn't feel like anyone gets advantages, and I feel like Blitzkrieg's gotten enough out of game gifts like substitutes, penalties, non-meta picks into them where I don't want to take away legitimacy from their wins, but if you're not putting an asterisk on Blitzkrieg beating a Ziggs bot lane twice when it's on practice, and then playing against a team that had 50% of their bans in week 2, you're not reading the book that I'm reading. Blitzkrieg incredibly strong, but there's some huge asterisks that I feel like teams going to be using. They're not. So. Are you going to do that? I'm giving it to Blitzkrieg 2-0. Odin, what's the game plan, man?
Yeah, so if I was to go based off Blitzkrieg's previous histories, I would give them the 2-0 this weekend. But you know what? I am sick and tired of this narrative that Blitzkrieg's this unbeatable team or whatever. So you know what? Fuck that. We're taking a game off them this weekend. We're making it at least a 1-1 series, and I'm going for that 2-0. We're going to shut them down. At least one of these games, if not both.
White Wolf hopes you do too. If they pick up the win versus Phoenix, that locks them in first place tie with Blitzkrieg. So bring the noise. Chaosix, is it a whisper or a roar coming out of Odin?
Kind of both, I guess. I have them 2-0. I have Blitzkrieg 2-0. But I will say it was pretty close to a 1-1 for me. In our second game against Blitzkrieg, I think we got ahead to a lead at some point. Like I felt pretty in control that game. So, we threw it at the end, but that doesn't mean that other teams can't do it, right? Blitzkrieg has weaknesses. They can be exploited. I think Option 12 can do it. That being said, Blitzkrieg does still look really strong. So I will just give them the edge. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did drop a game or two here.
Either way, it's going to be fun for us to watch. The real winner is the friends we made along the way, isn't it? Well,
I think so.
Yeah. I can feel us all closer right now. Just one big group hug. Before we head out, little housekeeping. If you have got free shipping on Amazon, then you have a free sub through Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime subs keep the lights on for us, help pay our prod support. So if you've got those Twitch Prime subs and you're listening to me in your ear holes right now, throw them at us. We really appreciate it. Also, August the 3rd, next week, we will have our 1v1 Jarvan-only tournament. That was a reward for us hitting some milestones with Team Feed America. Also, August the 7th, the Alcohol Suggested Among Us charity stream. It is going to be a very fun time. If you're over the age of 21, please join us in drinking during the stream, but it is alcohol suggested. So you can be sober. I just wouldn't recommend it, depending on some of the attitudes of people that in the game. What do you guys say? It's sus. I don't know. I play one video game, and I don't even read about it on the internet too much. So I'm not the best at memes, y'all. I'm not good at memes. That wraps it up for us again. Sunday, our games come live at 5:30 Central Standard Time. Game 1 will be Non-Lives versus Northern Storm. Set 2, Team Phoenix versus White Wolf Gaming. And Set 3, Team Blitzkrieg versus Option 12. Chaosix, anything you want to plug? Anything that you're working on this week or want to shout out?
Just want to say that the way Nine Lives is playing, I don't see them winning any more games this split. So it's unfortunate.
Have some confidence in yourself, man. You guys got this.
I had to do it for the memes.
That went so over my head I can taste the bottom of my shoes. Just man. Odin, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to all the players, all the sub players out there who fill in on a moment's notice for teams. You guys are the real MVPs. That allow us to keep having these games every weekend when unfortunate situations happen. So thanks to all you sub players out there.
Yeah, second that actually, since 2/5 of our team now is subs, so really appreciate that. We can keep playing.
2/5, more than 2/5 during the last LCUS split were for non-lobs, and non-lobs Reborn was a force to be reckoned with. So you very well could be getting the Reborn buff. I hope you do.
Right.
So is non-lives the cursed team? Is that what we're getting at now?
No. If anything, they're the only blessed team because they're the most Christ-like team. They have to die in order to come back.
We should be Phoenix instead.
No, Phoenix does well. They never resurge. They just surge steadily. Well, folks, no need. No flame going out. Just steady, fun friendship is magic buff. Well, folks, I have been Sigtal Lord, your digital Lord and Savior. This has been the Let's Talk About the League podcast. We hope that you'll join us this upcoming Sunday. I know for our listeners out there across social media and in our Discord, it has been one roller coaster of a week. Emotions got high. Exciting stuff happened. I hope that we can all rally. I know that I'm excited for this weekend set of games, and I hope you join me for them. We hope we see you on the Rift, and thank you for joining us for another week when we talked about the league. Have a great night.